And one of the things you're gonna need to understand, right, outside of just fundamental investing, is what is a candle. This now gave us 6 hours of what a stock price did in a 6-hour frame. This represents the fight that happened inside of that time frame. Ooh, he getting good. All candles identify, they have 4 basic traits that we need to know and understand that you need to see. All right, man, listen, I know a lot of y'all new to the market. A lot of you may be new to trading. A lot of you may be new to investing. And one of the things you're gonna need to understand, right, outside of just fundamental investing, is what is a candle, right? So you look at the charts and you looking at all kinds of, you like, yo, you see red, you see green, you know, you see lines, you like, bro, I don't know what none of that mean, right? So today in this video, what I wanna do is I wanna just describe what a candle is to y'all, right? Of course, there's a whole bunch of dope traders in the world, right? But for me, my goal is to just educate, man. And so today what I want to do is talk to you about candles. What does a candle consist of? What does it represent? How do you identify when it's looking at a chart, right? And so today we're going to do that, right? Because all candles identify, they have 4 basic traits that we need to know and understand that you need to see, right? And so today we're going to break that down for you, man. So make sure you get your pen and your pad. Also, man, share this out to somebody, like and subscribe. And I promise you, this video today, the way I'm gonna break it down and the way I'm gonna talk to you about it, like, you gonna be like, oh, okay. And if I can get you just day by day to start looking at different little things, you're gonna be like, okay, I see it. Okay, I understand it now, right? And so that's what I want to do, man. So make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you share this out. But lastly, make sure you look in the comments, man. If you see somebody talking about WhatsApp or something like that, that ain't me, man. I ain't trying to send you to WhatsApp. They be tripping and that ain't me. I ain't trying to scam you. And so just know that ain't me, man. So let's get to it, man. All right, so today we're going to talk about candles, man, and why these are important, right? Now, there's different things and different styles. There's lines. There's so much going on. But I'm going to talk to you about just a candlestick, right? And so you're gonna have these kind, right? You have, let's say this, you know, you have red candles. We're gonna talk about that. And then you have green candles, right? All right, so here's you have a candle. This represents the body, right? And this represents what's called a wick. Now this is gonna be important because you're gonna always see these on the chart. So this is a body wick. All right, so now let's go through this right quick. Green candles represent bullishness, meaning the market is going up, right? Up. Red candles represent bearish, meaning market is going down. So a candle is going to represent a time frame. So let's write that down. Time frame, right? Time frame. So it can be a 5-minute. It can be a 15-minute, it can be a 1 hour, it can be a 4 hour, it can be a 1 day, it can be a 1 week, it can be a month, right? Or it can be a year, right? So depending on what you select, that's what that candle represents. So if you're on a 5-minute chart, every candle on the chart represents an entire 5 minutes. So this tells you what the price did in a 5-minute time frame. Quick example so we can understand how this goes. So let's say we are in a 1 hour, if we're looking at a chart in a 1 hour time frame, right? So let's say you got this, and then you got this. All right, so what that's telling us so this is a 1 hour, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This now gave us 6 hours of what a stock price did in a 6-hour frame, right? Every candle represents an hour because we're on a 1 hour chart. Now, if we went on a 5 hours, in a 5-minute chart, then every candle will represent 5 minutes, but it will look different. All right, so 1 hour, this is what happens in 1 hour. If we went 1 day, this will represent what happened in 1 day. So every candle represents what happened in a specific time frame. Now let's go a little further than that. This represents the body. This represents the fight that happened inside of that time frame. Ooh, he getting good. He getting good. Let me go back a little further so we can go to this right quick though. So every candle represents a time frame, right? Now, if it's a green, these 4 characteristics every candle gonna have. If it's a green candle, then the open is here. This is where the stock opened at. This is where the price opened at. This is where the price closed at. This is the high as it got, and this is the low as it got. So if we're looking at a 1 hour time frame, the stock price opened here. Let's say it opened at $20, right? Let's say at the high of a day, at the high of this 1 hour time frame, it got to, in this one, we're looking at the 1 hour. So we're saying 1 hour. We're looking at 1 hour time frame. So in this 1 hour, let's say it opened at $20, but the high as it got was $23. And the low it got in that 1 hour was $18, right? But it closed at $21.75. All right, that makes sense? Right? So in this 1 hour, 4 things happened. It opened at $20. It's a green candle, so it pushed up. Okay, hear me well here. It's a green candle, so it pushed up. That's why the opening on a green candle is at the bottom of the body. The bottom of the body. Right? This bottom line gonna represent where the stock price opened at. And then it pushed up. So somewhere before this candle closed and went to the, by the time this candle closed and went to the next hour, it closed at 21.75. All right, so trap, what is that and that? Okay, so that's telling us in this 60-minute time frame, at some point in here, the sellers came in, which is the bears, and they pushed the stock down to $18. Remember, this is a 1 hour time frame, right? So just imagine 2 fighting for an hour. I remember I was in jail and I fought for an hour and a half, bro. That was, me and him was tied, but I didn't smoke cigarettes. He did. That's probably why I won that fight, because he smoked cigarettes. Stephen Poole was in that. He was long too. He was about 6'3". I had to take like 3. I'm tripping. Anyway, so in this 1 hour, the bulls and the bears are fighting. So the sellers are fighting and the buyers are fighting. So at some point in this 1 hour, the sellers was able to drop, even though it opened here, at some point in this 1 hour, the sellers were able to push this stock down to $18. But here's what happened. It got rejected because the buyers came in. Now, it don't mean, we know for sure it didn't close at the high of this hour because it closed at 21.75. But it tells us at some point, the buyers came in and pushed it up to $23, but it got rejected. All right, so we know $23 got rejected in this 1 hour and $18 got rejected in this 1 hour, and that's okay. Because here's what we know is it closed at 21.75. All right, now let's go a little further. Here's the difference. Now when we on a red candle, here's the difference. The red candle opens at the top. And it closes at the bottom. Why? Because bears do what? Push down. Bears push prices down. So let's say this candle opened now, watch this, at 21.75. But watch this, during this second hour, it closed at $18. Now watch this. At some point, the sellers pushed it all the way down to, watch this, we'll say $17.10. But at some point, the buyers got it up to $22.30. All right, so you got to open, you got to close, you got a low, and you got a high. All right, so what that tells us is, and remember, this is a 1 hour. right? This is a 1 hour time frame. Now, depending on where they position that, it'll look something like this, or it can look like it can be off. All right, so every candle gonna have an open, a close, a high, and a low, except for a candle like this. There are some times on a chart where you'll get a candle that's red or green, and it'll be just like this. It has an open and a close. This candle tells us the sellers were dominant, and this candle tells us the buyers were dominant. That means the sellers just haymaker, boom, sleep, night, night. Sell it, night, night. That means whenever you see this candle with no wicks, that means there was no fight involved. It was like a Tyson fight back in the 90s. One round, one hit a quitter, boom, they just in the ring. They scared as soon as they get in the ring, right? So you had, watch this, you had 1 hour of this and 1 hour of this, then this is a dominant candle. There is no, it's all me. This candle here is all buyers, and this candle is all sellers. It has an open and a close. It has an open. If you see this candle on the chart, you know for a fact the buyers was dominant or the sellers was dominant, 100%. So those are the 4 things you're gonna see on every candle unless you see this. All right, is that understood? So we got buyers. What do we know? Every candle has a time frame. Day traders probably they're gonna use this right here, mostly 5-15 in an hour, but then your swing traders probably gonna go 1 hour, 4 hour, they're gonna peak at that 15, and me, I do deep swings, so I'm going 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day. And if I wanna go long, I wanna see what does it look like in a weekly. So I use 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day weekly. Now I'll be real with you, I'm not a technician of the charts, but I just know I understand support resistance. I know how to understand what I'm looking at when I'm looking at these. I don't try to understand the 80,000 type of patterns that they have. These are the things that I understand. So for you as a beginner, when you're looking at a chart, right? So now when you're looking at a chart, what you need to understand is, what am I looking at? That means the stock opened here, closed here. It went up. Then it opened here, closed here. It went up, but it let me know they had some buyers in here, some sellers in here, right? And then what happened was it opened here, closed here, sellers got it this low, then it opened here, closed down a little lower, then it opened here, closed, and then we had some strong buying power right here, right? This is how our chart gonna look. And if you can read this, just in the beginning, if you can just start understanding stuff like this, like, oh, okay, this green candle mean bullish, but why? I mean, it opened here, it closed here, okay, I see that. And they had a fight in there, okay, I get it. The sellers drove it down here, okay, cool. More buyers came in, accelerated the process. Okay, good, I got it. So if you can start understanding stuff like that, step 1, just understanding that the candle has 4 different ingredients. Every candle gonna have 4 different ingredients in it, except for those 2 that are just dominant candles. You start understanding that, you can start getting a little better at playing the game, man. All right, man, I hope this video did you good, man. Listen, share this video out to somebody, man. Listen, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. I want y'all to make so much money in this market because the market does not care about your skin color. The market doesn't care about your educational background. If you got a PhD, a GED, or nothing else, and the market does not care if you've been to prison or not. The market cares about, can you understand this language? And can you consistently play the game? And for that, man, I want to make sure I personally do everything I can to make sure that each and every one of y'all learn how to play this game, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this out, and then tell us in the chat, did this video help you? But also, if you see somebody trying to scam somebody, let that person know that that ain't me, because trapping will never send you to WhatsApp. It's a scam. Salute, man.